Hi everyone, my name is Cole. In this video, I just want to show you quickly how you can carry over the time from one of these timers from one level to a next. So to do that, we're going to use a game instance blueprint. So we're going to create a new custom game instance blueprint. Right click, go to blueprint class, just type game instance. This is only if you're not using a custom instance yet. Select, I'm going to call mine GI for game instance, timers. Cool. Now we need to tell Unreal Engine to use this blueprint for the game instance. We can go to settings, project settings, maps and modes. Then down here where it says game instance class, we can select our new one that we created here. Okay. Now in this, we want to create new variables where we're going to save the hours. So let's say time hours, and we can just make this integers. Time minutes and time seconds. Compile, there we go. Cool, and now we want to create a new little blueprint that we can call on that'll handle the timers or setting and saving the time for us. So let's create another new blueprint class. Just do actor. We're going to call this BP for blueprint. Let's call it set time. Okay. So in the set time, for this example, we're going to be using our BP valve timer. There we go. So let's drag one of these in here. Set to minutes and seconds. So this is 1 minute, 0 seconds. If we set it to hours and minutes, it'll be 1 hour and 1 minute, depending on what you set it here to. So for now, let's make it minutes and seconds. And we can just make it 1 minute and 0 seconds. So it's going to count down from 1 minute, basically. Okay, so let us go back to our, let's find our BP set time. Let's drag that into the level. Now in here, we want to create a blueprint. Let's say target timer. And the variable type we're going to set to our valve blueprint, BP underscore valve timer. There we go. And reference, compile. And we want to make this visible, a public variable. So that when we have this selected, and if it's compiled, we'll now have in the settings of this set time blueprint, we can set the target timer. So we can select this little dropper and just click on our timer. Now this timer is the timer that'll be affected and the timer from which the time will be set as we travel between levels. Okay, so now we're going to go to set time, event graph. We're not going to use any of these. So right click and we're going to create a custom event. We're going to call this event set, or let's say save, event save time. And let's create another one, custom event. Let's call this event load time. Cool. Okay, now when we want to save the time, we want to get the time from our little target timer here. Get. And from this we want let's just go into that quickly. So we open the valve timer. You'll see we have a custom time cache A and a custom time cache B. This is the two sets of numbers that it's displaying. So it's the either hours or minutes, depending on your timer type. So it's hours or minutes and minutes or seconds, basically. So what we want to get is we want to get these two, and then we also want to know what the timer is set to. So we're going to grab this timer type variable as well. So let's go back here. So we're going to say get time cache A, get time cache, cache B, and we want to get the type, get the timer type. Okay, and then as we're going to save this, we want to now cast to our game instance blueprint. So we're going to drag off this and say cast to GI timers. And then from object, we're going to drag off and just type get game instance. There we go. Okay, so now we can, from here, we can say, we can set the hours, minutes, and seconds, but we want to set them depending on what our game mode is, or our timer's type is. So let's say we're going to switch depending on the type of the timer. So we can just type switch, switch on enum timer type. Connect that up there. Okay, so now if it's hours and minutes, we want to set the hours and we want to set the minutes. And the hours is going to be cache A and the minutes is going to be cache B. But if it's minutes and seconds, we want to set the minutes and we want to, and we want to set the seconds. Okay, and the first one is going to be minutes then, and the second one is going to be seconds then. Okay, and that should be it to set the time and save the time to our game instance. If you want these timers to carry over, let's say you are playing a level and you save your game and you go out, you close down the game and you want to open the game up and have that timers be the same again, then all you can do is just save these variables in your game instance. When you're saving the game to a save file, you can just add these to your save file again, and then when the game loads, you can just load these back into the game instance as well. But for this tutorial, I'm just showing you how to go between levels and keep the time between levels. So if we load the time, we want to get the, or let's say we're going to cast. I'm just going to copy and paste that. We're going to cast to our game instance again, timers, and then we want to get the hours and get the minutes and get the seconds. Get the seconds, there we go. And then we want to get our timer, and then from here we want to set the initial time, hours, we want to set the initial time, minutes, and we want to set the initial time, seconds. Okay, so hours goes to hours, minutes goes to minutes, seconds goes to seconds. And then one last thing we want to do, just to make sure it updates immediately, we can say, call the update event update display. Okay, and that should be it. Let's compile. Okay, everything is good. Now, okay, now we need to tell this little blueprint when to save and when to load and everything. So you can do this, whatever you are using to load your next level. Let's say you reach the end of a level, or you press a button and is transported to a new level or whatever. When you load that level, just before you load that level, you can just do this little piece of code that I'm going to show you now. So for us, we're going to use our pawn, and we're just going to make it that when you press L, we're going to go to the new level. So we can just type L, keyboard, there we go, L. So if we press L, now we need to get a reference to that little set timer blueprint. So easy way to do that is just say get all actors of class, select the BP underscore set time. And what this does is it'll give you all the actors, it'll give you an array of all the actors in the level that is instanced from that blueprint. We only have one, and you only need one. So this will just give us one, but it's still an array, so we need to drag off it and say for each loop. So this is going to do this, whatever's in the loop body, it'll do this once for all the actors that it finds of that class. Like I said, we only have one, so now we can grab off this, and we're going to say event save time. We call the save time event, and then after the time is saved, we can go to open level. So this will open a new level. We don't have a new level yet, so let's just create a new level quickly. Level, let's call it level test. Okay, and open it. Just save everything. Okay, so let's just add a plane maybe. Make it a bit larger. Add a light. There we go. Just add a post-process volume for now. And auto exposure. I'm just going to set this to 1 and 1. And then unbound. Cool. Okay, so let's grab our little set time blueprint. And let's also grab our little valve timer. Just make it bigger again so that we can see it properly. And let's add a player start as well. Just for now. Okay. So this is pointing the wrong direction. Let's just turn this light down a bit. And this white, let's just change this quickly. Materials, examples. Let's just grab this matte box one. That's better. Cool. Let's just rotate this light a tiny bit. Okay, now we can actually turn it back up again. There we go. Cool. Okay, so now we have our little set timer blueprint here. We want to set the target timer again. Set it to that timer. Let's make sure it's minutes and seconds. Auto start timer. There we go. Okay, so now we can go into our level blueprint. Open level blueprint. So this is loaded when the level is loaded, basically. This is executed when the level starts. So let's drag off this. And in a level blueprint, a cool thing is if we have this selected, our little timer, set timer blueprint, we go back into level, then we can get a reference from this. So we don't have to cast or get the actors from class again. So we can just get this. We can say event load time. And that should be it, actually. Let's just compile this, save it. Okay, so let us see if it works. This level is now called, let's just go back here, level test. Okay, so let's open our example level again, map demo. So the level we want to open is called level underscore test, I believe. Yes, level test. Okay. So let's see if it works. So you can see our timer there. Let's just give it a little time to count down. And now if we hit L, it should save the time and then go to the new level. So it's on 45. Let's hit L. Now we're at the new level. You can see it counts further down from 45. Cool. So it's pretty easy, and you can do that for all the other timers as well in the same way that we did this. Let's just check that again. So we're on 55L. Counts down. There we go. Cool. I hope this helps. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I'll be happy to help you again. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.